Where do I begin, guys? It's been a wild ride. Today is September 11th. Condolences to those who lived through that. I did. I remember when it happened. It's funny how these kinds of events happen on specific days and specific times, almost as if it's supposed to embed itself in our psyche and our spirit. I wanted to make this video to continue on the topic of words. We already understand and we know the power of the human mind. We already understand the power of the human heart. And we already understand the power of our tongue, our words. We understand this. But yet, even as this information is coming out and is being given to the world, there seems to be a lack of accountability or responsibility for understanding the weight and the heaviness of what we're saying. There are people who use words to weaponize emotion and to gaslight people and to create a hostile environment. And then there are people who use their words to create upliftment, positivity, and inspire love in people. There's music. You can play music right now and you will hear music about, violence, blah, blah, blah. Or you could hear music that uplifts your soul and spirit and you feel good and you're in a good mood. I want to get something clear to many of you out there who are using the dictionary very carelessly. Many of you are taking words that are written in a dictionary where you can go and research, or you can take your phone and pull up ChatGPT or Google Gemini and just read. What does this word mean? What is the definition of a narcissist? What is the definition of a fascist? What is the definition of a tyrant? What is the definition of a communist? What is the definition of a capitalist? And so on and so on. Like, read, people. Many of you out there are slinging words and labeling people in a derogatory manner and telling people that they are spewing hate speech. Just because you say so, just because you say the word and you label that person with a pejorative, look up the word pejorative. Understand what pejorative means. Just because you call somebody a conspiracy theorist or an anti-vaxxer or whatever you label or term you give them, you feel good. You feel bold. I stood up for something. I'm righteous. I'm courageous, right? But if I ask you the meaning of the word and I say, what is the definition of that word? What is a feminist? What is a capitalist? What is hate speech? If I ask you to give the meaning of anything, you're silent. You can't give me the meaning. You're stumped. You can't speak. You get emotional. You lash out and you say, hey, you know what? I don't have to take this. And you know what? You're a fascist. And you walk off. You storm off. Because you can't stand up to the scrutiny of an intellectual and intelligent conversation where questions must be asked and you must answer the question. Because the purpose of this dialogue and this debate is to figure out between you and I which idea could stand up to the scrutiny and which idea is productive and good for society and which idea could be dangerous and destructive for society. So you and I engage in a debate. We argue. We debate. We talk about our ideas. And I say, I have this idea. What's your idea? This idea. Okay. Now I'm going to take this idea and I'm going to put it up against your idea. And I want to understand your idea. In my mind, my idea is going to produce a more productive, fertile world where humanity is thriving. Okay? From this idea. Maybe you have the same idea. But now we're discussing the method. How do we get from point A to point B? So we begin a debate. And in this debate, I could be wrong or you could be wrong. But we are having the debate because I have a question. I'm curious. I want to know, why do you have this idea? Why does it, I'm trying to understand it. Where is it coming from? And then I go as far as to say, what is the philosophy that this idea is coming from? What's the philosophy? And in some cases, people would say the earth is too overpopulated, or we think that humanity shouldn't be on the earth because humanity is a cancer. And then we begin to discover your philosophy, because your philosophy, whether you realize it or not, is a subconscious operating system in your mind that is guiding the policies and the procedures that you choose to support and play out. And they are coming from power structures, the matrix. See, many of you don't sit down in silence and think about anything. You turn on the social media platform like this, or you go on television and somebody tells you with their mouth, this is what you need to think about. And then you come in the public domain and you say, hey, we have to do this. I have been scrolling all through last night across TikTok and listening to all the lives people have been doing, man. And there's a lot of misinformed people out there who have been told what to say, who have been told what to think. If I were to ask them, what is your true, honest gut feeling about this situation? They will only regurgitate what they were told to say. If I ask them, do you know this person personally? Have you read any of their work? Do you understand their psyche? They will say to me, no, I don't need to learn. I just know what I know. Blah, 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 blah. And they vomit on you. There is no more intellectual intelligence and honesty anymore between our conversations. There is only gaslighting and emotional rage between our conversations now. There's no more willingness to stop and say, you know what? You are a fellow human being and my heart wants to love you. So let's try to find out what's going on here. Let's figure this out because I'm curious. Where is that in us? Where is that curiosity in us to want to reach out to our fellow man? Why are we allowing these institutions to make our minds become so callous and careless with each other's heart and spirit and soul and the beauty inside all of us? Okay? For a long time, I thought I could just stay away from people like that. But I'm starting to realize that these people are seeping into our institutions. They are in the workplace. They are in the schools. They are with our children. They are with us on a daily basis in our families. And they say these things to our face with a straight face. They attack us and tell us that we are heartless and we are fascists and we are hateful. They point a finger at us when all we are trying to do is have a conversation that is intelligent so that we can get to the bottom of the problem, so that we can analyze and understand the situation, so that we can grow from it. And instead of being met with this curiosity and this desire to dig into the subject, we are met with all these pejoratives and narratives and words that they throw at you to avoid dealing with it. You know what that tells me? You are weak. You are weak and you cannot stand up to the scrutiny of the conversation and the substance of it. So therefore you must settle for a character level attack or some form of attack because you cannot deal with the reality of the conversation. I don't mind, I'm willing to go anywhere in the conversation. I will go from flat earth to aliens to spirituality to left, right, up, down, upside down. I love this stuff. But a lot of you out there, you don't have the soul. You don't have the passion to integrate and communicate and connect with humans. You don't have it. Sorry. You're drones. You are empty drones, sad to say. And I hope you wake up. I hope you elevate.